Hey everybody, how's everybody doing tonight? This is your favorite guy, Metalhead Jagger is in the house, brothers and sisters. How y'all feeling? I'm doing pretty good tonight. I know I shouldn't really be asking that. But anyways, tonight I'm gonna be doing an album review from the famous industrial metal band Ministry and the new album, the Squirrely Years Revisited is basically a compilation of re-recorded or rearranged tracks from their first two albums called With Sympathy and Twitch. And I know, yeah, that the album cover is pretty hideous, but Ministry was always known to have really strange album covers. Some of them are actually really good, particularly in the Bush trilogy, but we'll get to that in a later video. But here you go, right here your track listings and everything else. So, okay, what we have next? Okay, Ministry is a band that probably has one of the most diverse music discographies you would ever see in a band or musical artist discography. So, what I mean by that, they started as a pop band in the early 80s, mid 80s, and then I believe Al Jurgensen at the time was getting addicted to drugs or whatever. I don't know what that stuff he was doing, but this is what ministry was back in the day. And Al Jurgensen pretty much just took more of that acid and each of those albums that came out in the 80s and 90s, it's like they just kept getting heavier and heavier as Al Jurgensen's drug abuse or what they call it, acid he was doing. Just, you know what I mean. I don't really have to get into it, all that, but you know what I'm gonna say. Okay, let's get on with the review of Ministry, The Squirrely Years. Alrighty. First, all I would like to say is I enjoyed the re-recordings or rearrangements of both With Sympathy and Twist songs. Then again, select With Sympathy and Twist songs, especially Word for Love was the perfect opener that basically recaptured that classic ministry sound that we know and love. And I love the addition of the drums and guitars, brings the song more alive and with energy compared to the original version of Word for Love. But the original version of Word for Love is it's a classic. It's great. It's a beautiful song. It's my favorite song off that With Sympathy album. Nonetheless, what a kick-ass great opening. So, secondly, like I was saying, the tracks, Revenge was a very, very beautiful rearrangement. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very, very good. It's one of Ministry's most popular songs they have ever done. And they added guitars and drums and everything else. It turned out really good. I was very blown away by this, and I'm impressed. So the next song we have is Here We Go. And that was a pretty good one too. Also, I really love the energy on that. And I'm not in, the next song is And I'm Not an Effigy, or however I say that. They all actually came out very good. It has high energy with the guitars, and it has its moments where it definitely completely blew me away and caught me by surprise. And it feels the band definitely had fun doing all these rearrangements or re-recordings, and it doesn't feel produced or rushed. However, the track "Every Day Is Halloween" was a little bit questionable, even though I still found a way to enjoy it, and it was actually really, really good. Didn't disappoint, but you know what I mean. And other than that, furthermore, I love the addition of unreleased tracks like "I'll Track," "I'll Do Anything for You," quite possibly maybe the best track on the entire album. And I do appreciate hearing a song from the band I have never heard before, in which I do believe was doing the With Timothy and Twitch era albums. They just never really released it, so to speak. And I do believe that, yeah. And I would say that also completely blew me away and features some of Al Jurgensen's best vocal work that he's done in a while. But then again, Al Jurgensen's vocals on the first with Sympathy album was pretty good. But other than that, I'll Do Anything for You was a beautiful work of art indeed. And speaking of the twist tracks, those are also really good, and it goes very, very hard. And some of them actually sound better than the original. Like, for instance, there was also on like a song called "All Day." I'm not sure if that was on the original Twitch album. I do believe it was. Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was part of the album too. That was a very, very good song, but nonetheless, great, great, great. Oh, the rearrangement of "Over the Shoulder" completely blew me away, and I absolutely adore it. It was beautiful, and I loved the way, you know, it's just yeah, it was great. "I Ain't Falling" was a great one too, and "Same Old Madness" that was great. "Just Like You," "We Believe," yeah, the whole album was great. It was outstanding job by Uncle Al Jurgensen, as we call him, Uncle Al. You know what I mean. But other than that, overall, this whole album completely blew me away and caught me by surprise, simply because it didn't disappoint me like I thought it would, and I am actually enjoying it big time, and I highly recommend die-hard ministry fans to give it a listen. And I'm not sure why some don't like it, but we all have our opinions, and it certainly has a lot of its moments that caught me by surprise. And it was a great idea to do these rearrangements and re-recordings. They turned out actually really, really good. And yeah, you know what I'm saying, right? Stay with me, people. Stay with me. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, so far I have listened to this whole Ministry to Squirrely Gears Revisited album maybe 3 or 4 times already. I You could tell how much I really do enjoy it, and it's really fun to listen to. And it's sure the band put a whole lot of work into it, and they really did their best, and it didn't feel rushed or yeah, overproduced, so to speak. But you get what I'm saying. Well, other than that, thank you, Al Jurgensen, for giving us these beautiful rearrangements of With Symmetry and Twitch songs. They turned out amazing. They turned out great. And other than that, I remember reading an article about Al Jurgensen saying he did a while ago that he wanted to put the cherry on top of the cake with these re-recordings. And I'm happy he finally realized it was time for him to appreciate Will Symphony as much as he despised it before. But it seemed he took a lot of time and effort to basically give us a love letter to us diehard ministry fans. So basically, it was a love letter to all of us. And most of us diehard fans, we ought to appreciate this because next year, ministry's final album will release sometime next year. So let's see how it turns out, people. Other than that, thank you for listening, watching this video, like and subscribe or whatever you have to do. I appreciate it. I will be doing more album reviews, starting with Static X. As you can see behind me, that awesome flag from the Machine Killer tour that I went to because I bought the VIP package and I got to meet the band backstage. But other than that, have a good night, metalhead brothers and sisters. Kudos. Thank you for watching.